how's it going? It is time to talk about the thing that is called Picard, the Jean-Luc Picard show. Why is this never set properly? God damn it. All right. Yes, time to talk about the new Picard trailer. Hopefully you guys have seen it, and gotta say, makes me excited to see what's going on. Canon ships. Yes, people are like, Nova class. Yes, there's our Nova class. There's also a Steamrunner class. We also see in one of the stills from the show an ambassador class, what looks like an ambassador class model on a shelf. We got the Constellation class, which is the Stargazer. In the teaser, the first teaser we got for this season way back when in the day, way back, you know. And we got a Galaxy class variant of sorts. Maybe the variant that is on the road not traveled. Ooh, wah. Anyway, we got some really cool ships. Lots of cool Trekyards content for us to explore, because you know us, we love them ships. So let's see what's going on. I got some beer. We're going to have some good time here. Wow, you guys. Mark Lawrence throws in $5. Well, I've got to take my old shed apart. ASAFP. High winds flipped it over and damaged it. Still another 24 hours to go. I'll be listening while doing. Oh my God, sorry to hear that, Mark. Hopefully it gets better. I hate high winds. They're always a bit of a bitch. It's just, yeah. Let's see. McDonald's. Okay. High winds everywhere. Arizona. The trailer. Nova's Steamrunner's Guinan. Kit 10K throws in $20 super chat. Oh, thank you so much, sir. No comment though. What's up with that? I will have drinks for these super chats. Hold on a second. I just got to open one. But I don't think we'll see the Nexus again, no. Matthew. The Ronin, $5. Hey, all, just stopping by. New ships. Well, new ships, but old ships. Canon ships. Probably a little bit altered. We're going to do comparison videos, as we tend to do. Really? Really? For the love of God. Get in the fucking garbage can. We're going to do comparison videos. Monday, we're doing our full live review and breakdown of this trailer. So here's for the super chat. There's Mark's. There's Kit 10Ks, just there. He did 20, so I'll do another one. Jesus Christ. The Ronin, $5. Hey all, stopping by. New ships, yes. Ronin. Shit, I'm gonna be drunk by the end of this one. All right. Ermagerd. Looks sick. Cheers. I just opened up an Amsterdam brewery, 3-speed. Nice. Nebula, 1701, $5. Love the trailer. Don't quite like the phasers. Not quite thick enough. I like my phaser beams like I like my women. Nice and thick. Hell yeah. All right. I gotta say, when he's like, I know somebody that'll help me with the differences in the timeline thing, and he goes to see Guinan. I was super impressed with that. That was really cool. Liked that a lot. So it is snowing pretty good right now in South Carolina, so that means more snow for you in a few days, Stuart. Hey, I see Scott Guy. F you. We don't want it. I doubt it is, but maybe the Galaxy class is the preview of the Enterprise D, and here she survived, and I forgot to send a message when I gave money. No problem, Kit. I just read it for you. There you go. Eric Martin, $5. Look like a time travel slingshot around the sun in there. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. I think that's what the Federation ships are trying to stop them, which is very cool. Yeah, I'm actually excited. I'm actually like jazzed up for this thing. Really impressive looking season. We've had inside sources that tell us it's going to be a lot better season 2 and 3, and it looks like that's coming to fruition. So I'm just keeping my optimism up, as it were. Ronan, all right, gonna drink along with you, Cap. All right, Ronan, cool man, cool. Looking forward to some cool recipes tonight. Yeah, last night turned into like a food show. It was really great. Um, Kit 10K, $10. Thank you so much, Kit. I've got the post a comment when I gave money, but maybe the Galaxy class that was in the show and the previews might be the Enterprise that survives Star Trek Generations, although I doubt it. Cheers. Thank you again. I already read that one, but thank you again for another super chat. One person was speculating earlier that perhaps this is from a timeline where the Enterprise C went through the rift and never came back. I kind of doubt that, but it's an interesting idea, interesting take on things. I can't wait to talk about this season with Samuel. I'm sure we're going to suss out some really cool stuff with it. So, yeah. Let me just change this around here. Pause that. What is this one? Velcro animations. Okay, we'll do this one. Boom, baby. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. All right. When do you expect Lower Decks Season 3? I'd say probably in September. I'm glad they kept Guinan's classic look. I am as well. Doing the time warp again. Sorry, just joined late. Kind of liking the Star Trek 4 vibes. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by Star Trek 4 vibes, unless you just mean time travel-y things. But yeah. Nebula 1701, $5. The galaxy in the painting is hard to make out, but it looks like it has Voyager armor from the final episode. Well, don't worry. We've got analysis videos coming about that. We're going to take a look at it and break that stuff down for you. There will be plenty of small breakdown videos on this trailer, as well as our live that we're doing on Monday. So let's see where we're at. We're at 41 likes with 57 people here, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get up to at least 50. Another 9 likes would be awesome. The painting of the Ultra attacking the Borgs looks insane. Rel says, since they're going back to 2024 to fix the timeline, could it be an alternate end to the eugenics wars? I understand that they were in the 90s. Possibly. I know these sanctuary districts are going to be a thing, so... what was with the little boy and the mind meld in the woods? That I don't know. That was interesting. That I don't know, Eric. That's a good question. Daniel, sorry if you got on this subject, but those ships that were in a firefight at the start of the trailer, alternate timeline ships, or were they Saber and Equinox? Well, they were neither of those. They were Nova classes and a steam runner by the looks of it. We're going to do a more deep analysis next week and do comparisons and stuff. So stay tuned for those videos. Star Trek Online had a timeline where instead of going back in time, the Enterprise C went forward, screwed a bunch of things up, and then found a way to go back. Yes. Good old gamer. Out of all the first contact ships, the steam runner is the worst. I agree. Absolutely. Misha, $5. Good evening. I'm a bit worried about Peanut. She doesn't seem to feel well tonight. Oh no, Peanut. Hope you are well, Peanut. Hope you get better. I love you, Peanut. That's his little Chihuahua dog. George Mangrum has been a member for 11 months at the rank of captain. Captain, sir. I think John Luke was probably Captain of the alternate D when he was wearing the monster black uniform in the other trailer. Yep, I would think so as well, but cheers. Trek or not, there cannot be beautiful ships without ugly ships for reference. You gotta love them all. It's true. Speaking of, Trek or not is working on a really cool thing, but I'm not going to say much about it. So there you go. And I see Guinan is hanging out at 10 Forward Ave. Yep. Sean Turanjo, I did spell it wrong, Marley, but that's okay. Apparently was tasked with designing a Galaxy class painting, although not painted by him. It's true, yes. There's a we know that Doug Drexler's been working on the show as well. We also know that a friend of mine, let's put it this way. I don't know how to say it. I don't know if I should say it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. He's also been working on the show, designing some ships. So we'll just leave it there. Joseph, curious to find out what the one little thing that was changed that unraveled everything was. I'm just happy it's not a mirror universe story. Yeah. How cool for fans to be involved at such a level. I wonder if the kid in the woods was Ephraim Cochrane and the Vulcans arrived years earlier and first contact was... Oh, that's an interesting idea. Let's see. John says they should have redesigned Guinan and make her similar to Medusa from Greek mythology. What the fuck does that mean? Someone was thinking that Vulcans could be Enterprise carbon creek-related. I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, that's one of the thoughts that went through my mind when I first saw that. Enterprise C screwing with the timeline harder than James T. Kirk. Could be the young boy, young Spock. No, I don't think so. My laptop's hard drive became corrupt. Really pissed off as lost so much data and that it rebuilds. Lost a lot of work. We're pretty pissed. That sucks, Jeddig. Ooh. We're discussing the alternate D painting in this trailer? We're discussing everything. I'm okay, Joseph. Thanks for asking. Kit 10K puts in another $10. Thank you, sir. I've also been talking to you on Facebook private messenger as Sean. If the ship I made that I sent to you, if the ship I made that I sent to you yesterday was there, they'd kept Picard safe when the Starfleet attacked him. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Hey, Sean, how's it going? I want to see the Nebula class again. I miss it so. They should travel back to 2009 and fix the JJ time travel or prevent him from changing track and messing up the Star Wars. Oh my god. Her travel to 2019 or vet Picard season 1 or fix it. Misha says, hey, I like the steam runner. It looks like an iron or kitchen tool. Oh my god. Misha. Fleet Paw Swiftback, $2. Showing love for the steam runner, also sniping bots. Oh, has there been any? I haven't noticed any. I've been too busy, but thank you very much, Fleet Paw. Rude Chef. Well, hi, my buddy. How's it going? The trailer looked great. Looks like they're going to try to slingshot around the sun. I wonder if they're going to reference Kirk and crew when they do. Probably, yeah. Kid in the Woods is Ephraim Cochrane. I had that idea too. Eric Martin says, Borg Queen was a bit odd. Seemed like she was hiding amongst some crates or something. Wonder if she was a prisoner on Earth. Yes, she absolutely is. You can tell by the other trailer that it seems like Starfleet has her held captive. So I find that very likely, yes. Totally random reviews puts in $2. Canon ships, hell yeah. Already better than season 1. Amen, brother. That's all we wanted from season 1. But they didn't get us that. Terry says, hey, did you guys notice that the Vulcan in the trailer looked like Mark Leonard? Did not notice that. I've only watched it like 3 times, and it's very quick cuts. I need to go through frame by frame and kind of look at some stuff. That's what our comparison videos and breakdowns are going to do next week. So, Misha, thanks. She's my buddy, and she's a tripod. It seems her stump was hurting her today. I think it's the cold weather. Oh, probably. Oh my god, she's one of the little 3-legged chihuahuas. Casual Trekker puts in $5. Will this mean that G knew about the event during TNG then? You mean Q? Or will this timeline be resolved at the end and it no longer occurred at the end? I don't know. We don't know anything about it, so it's hard to really answer that question. I'm sure it'll be resolved at the end. You know, I think there'll be a self-contained story. The Enterprise spore jumping makes a hilarious whoop 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 sound like the Three Stooges. They have to be trolling us. I have nicknamed the new song soon Brent Beard. SC Scout Guy. The small ships that the Lost Serena destroys at the end of the trailer look like Fennis Ranger ships. Oh, maybe. John says, "What is your least favorite class of starship in Trek?" Probably the Jaeger class. Steam Runner is definitely up there as one of my least favorites. It's not a very attractive looking ship at all. There's a lot of ships I hate. I just can't think of any right off the top of my head. I don't focus on hate. I focus on love and understanding. Right. Does Picard's La Serena bad spelling change as they encounter the alternate timeline? I don't know. Fleetpaw says my min pins can't stay out long, otherwise they start holding their paws in the air because the snow is too cold. The pug does the same thing. The pugs take notoriously long to find a spot to go piss or shit. And even in the winter, they like sniff around, they spin and spin and spin and spin and spin and spin and spin, and then decide that's not the spot and go walk around and spin 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 and you know. And when it's really cold out, yeah, her paws like, she can't walk on it. I've had to go rescue her from the backyard a few times because her paws get like all sore and she can't walk. We do have shoes and stuff for her, but she hates putting them on. But, dogs. Colin Barrett, I'm really looking forward to the breakdown video. There's so much in there that needs Sam's keen eye to go through it frame by frame. Oh, Sam's keen eye, not mine. Gotcha. Thanks, bud. Appreciate that, Colin. A reset button would be classic Trek. I just want them to rectify some timelines and get some multiverse issues out of the way. Brian says time traveling episodes often got a lot of flack, but a 10 episodes season long time travel story could be incredible, properly done, and this might be it. Absolutely agree with that. Misha throws in $5. Hold the Borg Queen captive. Brilliant idea. Smells of Section 31 stupidity. Didn't they see into darkness? Yeah. You're all right about that, Misha. Alternate D looks sort of fierce. Definitely upgraded phaser arrays. 2 beams? Whoa. LOL. Well, we'll see. We'll talk about it. I mean, I probably won't say much because I don't know what I'm talking about, according to Colin. You know, my keen eye doesn't see anything, even though I point things out to Samuel all the time. But hey, what do I know? Any idea what the blue vial that Q... no, I don't know what that is. The Maquis fighter is nasty. It's not bad. It just doesn't look Star Trek. I love the Nova class. LOL, baby sovereign. Kind of, yeah. Don't get your hopes up, kids. The only reset they'll do is to make 2017 and up Trek the real timeline. I don't know about that. How about the Curie type? Shelley class? That's my least favorite. Oh, the McGee class from Discovery is a piece of shit too. Aside from the main cast of TNG, what past characters would you, Stuart, want to see in season 2 of Picard? Aside from the TNG main cast, what past characters? Any of them, honestly. I'd love for Bashir to show up. I would love to see Cisco come back. Cisco's not going to come back, but I would love to see that. Harry Kim, I think should show up for sure. We got Chakotay in Prodigy. We got Paris in Lower Decks. So, I mean, we're getting people come back. Tuvok would be great as well. Just rewatched the trailer. I'm loving it more and more, especially legacy ships. Squadron Course, what's your favorite blank question? Yeah, fuck you, Squadron Course. The Captain Foley keen eye is always spot on. Good old gamer, every Soong character, Data, Lore, and B4 all looking the same is getting ridiculous. There'd be genetic diversity over a dozen generations with different mothers unless they're all clones. John says, is Brent Spiner the main cast for Star Trek Picard Season 2? I don't know if he's in the main cast, I haven't looked. Colin says the captain has a keen eye too, but it's his first officer's job to filter out the crap and take the important stuff to the captain. Right. Good cover. Misha, hey, at least you know your eye is more keen than mine. That's true, Misha. That is true. Yeah. The Ronin, member for 12 months, the rank of commander, so thank you. You know, I dig the Steam Runner, but Jaeger, yuck. The Nova is a baby Voyager. Not really. Everyone knows that Star Trek guy knows more than Harry Potter guy. Just ask my 12-year-old. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. Is that Star Trek guy and his Harry Potter guy, or Harry Potter friend? That's funny. The Pasteur is cool. I think Sela will be in season 3 of Picard, if not 2. Yeah, Sela coming back would be fantastic. Is this basically TNG in the Mirror Universe since they never addressed it in the series? I mean, possibly, but it's not going to be the Mirror Universe. It's going to be something else, for sure. But yeah, I think that's kind of what they're going for here. Kim to be the captain of one of those Nova classes. That'd be cool. It would fit with canon, yeah. Eric Martin, I'm not a fan of the Nebula class. Could be cool Miranda upgrade, but the saucer is too big and the whole thing looks fat and out of proportion. Well, there you go. Eric has spoken. Damn, man. Doc McGillicuddy. This feels like a cheap Mirror Universe story, like they couldn't come up with more time travel. I disagree. I think it's going to be really good. I think they have some really good plans. Terry says, yes, I love Tuvok and the Doctor. Let's see the old EMH Mark 1. Hey, yes, I'd be down for him coming back as well. I'd die if Mariner or Boimler or Tendi showed up on Picard. That'd be awesome. That'd be fucking awesome. Trek or not, what if the Queen is in prison full of leaders captured during conquest? Example, Martag, Gowron, 6 Wayuns. That'd be interesting. Nebula 1701, Trekyards. Yes, it is a baby Voyager. It has all the same elements. Okay. You keep telling yourself that. Good old gamer. I just want Bashir and Garrick hanging out again. I don't care if it's one of the cartoons. Joseph, I'm confused as to why the less Serena crew knows nothing is different, but it's normal reality for everyone else. Yeah, 709 knows something's up with her implant being gone. Rios is like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, it's Q. Q's the one that changed the universe, and all Picard's buddies, his crew, as it were, would remember. So blame Q for that one. I may have bought the USS Shran from the Disco collection from Eagle Moss. Can honestly say I was surprised by it. The Shran. Patrick says, not staying. Left my like for you, bro. Can't stand the negative comments and people saying reset the timeline, make Star Trek Discovery not happen, etc. later, man. Same, you feel that way, Patrick? Everybody here has been quite positive. Nothing going on like that. And yeah, they don't need to reset the timeline. They just need to acknowledge that Discovery is its own timeline, because visually it totally is. So, but have a good one, man. Matt Boardman, I think it will be cool, and Matt might know a thing or two. So, yeah, I think it will be too. Colin says, I will say that the trailer reinforces what I've been feeling about Picard Season 2. It's been fixed by people who know what they are doing. Yep. Jedic Productions, this is thirsty thought, but I'd love to see Jadzia and Ezri in the Mirror Universe go on an adventure. Terry says, I'd be down for Garrick to come back. What an awesome character. Yeah, Garrick coming back would be amazing, actually. The Ronin. You know what? That's a drink I can get behind. Yes, it is. Were you happy to see all the canon ships? Yes. 1000% yes. All we've been saying through all of season 1 of Picard is give us fucking canon ships. Fuck off with this, Children of Mars short bullshit that has only Discovery ships. Fuck off with showing us Discovery shuttles in Picard time. Just fuck off with that and give us ships that we want to see. And then, there's a fleet coming in? Sweet. What the fuck is this shit? The Zheng He fucking copy and paste fleet. No other ships in the fleet. Get the fuck out of here. There's no way that all the ships would be the fucking same with a few little variations here and there. They would have a multitude of ships. It's a federation. There's so many ships that they still have. So yes, very happy to see actual ships. What actor do you want to role in Star Trek that hasn't been in Star Trek before? Idris Elba. He would make a great captain. There's probably a fuck ton more, but I can't think of them right now. Robert Downey Jr. Matt Deckard, this is all a lead up to Picard spawning the Disco Universe. Wow. Casual Trekker, $5. Past tense is DS9 and Picard Season 2 taking place in the same year is only a coincidence. And early I meant Guinan. But this already in Time's Arrow. She did this already in Time's Arrow. I don't know what to say about that. Turd says, so sad Jeff Combs' Enterprise namesake is on such a butt-ass ugly ship. We need Wayun in lower decks. Hey, yeah. Good old gamer, no lie. I'm super impressed with how well John Delancey's aged. I thought he might be in as bad a shape as Patrick Stewart. He's younger than Patrick Stewart, though, I think. I don't know their ages, actually. But new ships is all I want to see, though. I'm down for seeing new ships, but you need to see old canonical ships there as well. Like, that's just a given. And have the new ships be iterations of, like, a newer iteration of an older design. You have to have that fluidity. So, Nebula 1701, they are different cities and also different timelines. The trailer had signs of referencing for sanctuary zones. Hope it's referenced. Yeah, I don't. I think it'll be mentioned in the line out that we're going to go to one of the sanctuary districts, and you're going to see the sign as well. I think it will be mentioned. Mark Lawrence, $10. About Spiner being every soon. My family is like that. I've seen paintings of my family from the 1700s, and we all look the same. Some genes are just that strong. That is absolutely true, Mark. It might skip a generation or two, but the appearance always comes back. Well, not always, but I mean, in a lot of instances, just because of strong genetics. So yes, I absolutely agree. Matt Deckard, I speak for all when I say it's worrisome not seeing the Federation standard shuttles. Misha puts in $10. Wow, thank you, Misha. I enjoyed my rewatch of Disco. Sharing it with my wife this time helped a lot, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm currently rewatching Disco as well. Almost done season 1 now. And it's much better as a binge watch. A lot more watchable for sure as a binge watch. So, Colin, my brain lit up when I saw the screenshot of the Nova and Steamrunner class, and it made my day. Richard Johnson, Trek has pretty good batting average with time travel, alternate timelines. So I'm looking forward to this. Yes. Joseph Barbato, Idris Elba was a captain in Beyond, technically. Oh, that's right. You're right. He is. He was also Krill. Fuck, you're right. Shit. Let's say Robert Downey Jr. then. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Discovery shuttles. LOL. Pops. Lore Reloaded mentioned in his bid on the trailer he thought the Vulcan with that boy might be Carbon Creek tie-in. What do you think? I mean, I never want to agree with Lore Reloaded, so no. But that was one of the first things I thought too, just because of the forest and it invoked a Carbon Creek type feel. That could be the case. I honestly don't know. What is with the Shang-Chi being a flagship? Only Enterprise is. Well, there's also a time between Enterprises. You know, like there was a long stretch between Enterprise C being destroyed and Enterprise D being commissioned. Like a long stretch, 40, 60 years or something like that. somewhere in there. So you need a flagship still to represent the Federation in those times while the another one is under construction. So you would just hand the banner to somebody else, knowing that the next Enterprise that comes out automatically becomes a flagship. Grant says, I just hear Idris Elba. You mean Star Trek Beyond. Yes. The Ronin, I really dug Elba's character in Beyond. It was fun to see something referencing the Xindi War and Romulan War in the same breath. Was Rappy in the trailer? Don't know or care. The Ronin, Zhang He was fine, but yeah, we needed to see some visual continuity so it feels like the same universe. Yeah, I have no problem with the Zhang He. Like, have that. Ooh, this is the newest ship. Look how shiny it is. And have like 3 or 4 of them. And then a fucking Sovereign, and a Galaxy class, and a Nova, and a Steam Runner, and a fucking Akira. Like, when you have a fleet come in, not all the same fucking ship. Like, that's just stupid. I'm glad to see Guinan. We need to see her sage advice. We need some for sage advice. And some of that green drink. LOL. It's green. Matt Boardman, given the people working on it now, I think we're going to see some new, better thought out ships. Awesome. I agree. John says, I would like to see the NX class starship in Star Trek Picard Season 2. I do not want to see that. Why would we? Pixie Doodle, John Delancey, age 73. Nice. Matt Deckard, aside from Star Trek, that'll be 4, yeah. I don't think I've seen a Star Trek shot filmed with so many extras as that arena court-looking scene. Squadron Course, the new ships should have a similar design aesthetic to the old ones. Not identical, but not too different. Yes. Number 1 says Brent Spiner is back as supposedly new characters, so not lore or soon. Yes. Mark Lawrence, my ancestors were ruthless and wealthy. Attaboy. Kit 10K. Gene Roddenberry's son said that his father would consider Star Trek Continues as canon. I can agree. Would you like to see any of those actors appear on Picard, even as a cameo as their characters? No. No, I wouldn't want any fan film people crossing over into a show like that. I don't think that would be... No. I just wouldn't. I love Star Trek Continues. I love the actors and stuff in it. But no, I think that would kind of cheapen Picard to some degree. Again, I'm not trying to take anything away from the Continues guys. They were amazing. But yeah, no. My answer is no. Patrick is 81. Okay, so they are close in age. Squadron Course throws in $1. Thank you, Squadron Course. Star Trek, he was a Krillin. Yeah, I get it. I fucking fucked up. All right, I got it. Idris Elba was in Star Trek. Yes. Stupid me. I'm a dumbass. I just watched Suicide Squad the other day and got Idris Elba in my head. I love him as an actor. So, yeah, I get it. I don't want to hear another word about him being in Beyond. Yeah, I fucked up. I admit it. Moving on. The Ronin, $10. I never want to agree with Lore Reloaded. LOL, Drink Captain. Kit 10K. As for actors who have never been in Star Trek, I think Liam Neeson would be a really cool addition. Nah, he overacts too much. Definitely wouldn't want that. Good old gamer. I wouldn't mind a callback to Enterprise with the Carbon Creek connection. Enterprise kind of gets ignored because it's so far back. It's getting a lot of love in Discovery this season, so... Matt Deckard, it will be a cold day in Tovacor before I recognize the Enterprise C as a flagship. Well, that's your fucking problem, because the Ambassador class Enterprise C is fucking great. I think the Ambassador class is an epic starship, one of my favorite designs, so sorry that you're wrong. Star Trek, 22-ish years, Enterprise C was destroyed, then Worf was a child. Okay, so 22 years, there you go. Flagship doesn't have to be the Enterprise. It doesn't have to be, but generally is. The Darth Eddie looks like Picard probably beams into a sanctuary district based on the rundown appearance of the alley and neighborhood. Raffi is seen near a sanctuary district sign in an earlier teaser trailer. Yes. Matt says, agreed, fleets need variety, unless it's TOS. No, TOS needed variety as well. I would have loved to see the Ptolemy class, the Saladin class, the Hermes class, the Federation class, alongside Constitution classes. We never got a sense of a fleet in TOS, and that pisses me off. Good tea, nice house, $5. I dislike retcons, but will accept a do-over for Picard Golem misstep. But the Golem body to give the Golem body to Data, which allows for old Spiner to play him. Spiner doesn't want to though. That's the problem. But cheers, thank you for the super chat. Star Trek, newest, most powerful Starfleet ship that has the same 300-year-old Discovery bridge. Yeah. Moving on. Wow. The Darth Eddy. And there were also 94 years between the NX-01 and the NCC 1701. The Federation took a long time to get around to recycling the name of Jonathan Archer's starship. Yeah, but Archer's starship was never the flagship. The Enterprise wasn't the flagship until the refit. Okay, here's the story. There were originally 12 Constitution-class starships that were launched, the original 12. They went out, did their 5-year missions, another 5-year mission, you know, whatever. They did a few missions, a few rounds of missions with different captains. They eventually made more Constitution classes, but out of the original 12, the only one that returned from all of the service with the 5-year missions was the Enterprise. It returned, then it got the honor of being refit to the, or converted to the refit, basically stripped down. That's why the Delta, because all the ships, all the sectors, all the ships had different patches in TOS. That's why Starfleet adopted the Delta at the end of Kirk's 5-year mission as an honor to the ship and crew that have survived through its entire 5-year mission. The Enterprise gets refit. It takes 18 months. Starfleet adopts the insignia, and it gets the honor of being the flagship from then on. And that's one of the only reasons that when the Enterprise gets destroyed, they make a 1701A, and they give it the suffix number. So other ships that have the suffix number or letter is kind of stupid in my opinion. Voyager, I get, actually, for Discovery, that makes a little bit of sense. Any ships that's done something special should get it. But that's why the Enterprise has the flagship status, and that's why Starfleet adopted the Delta after them from the motion picture on. And if anybody tells you otherwise, sorry, but they're fucking wrong. Darth Eddy, 84 years. Sorry, yeah, that sounds better. Yeah. Joseph Barbato, the ship should be about 25. Oh, fuck off. Turd Ferguson, I just learned from the USS New Jersey YouTube channel, while any ship an admiral hangs his flag is a flagship. Fleet flagships had an extra armored admiral's bridge beneath the main bridge. Yeah, but that's the Navy. That's not fucking Starfleet. Starfleet is not the Navy. There's a lot of parallels, but that's Earth's Navy. There's things specific to Earth's Navy that don't apply to Starfleet. So, Peter Lacaco, $10. Cheers. So if the timeline changed in the future, does that mean that season 1 of Picard doesn't exist anymore and Picard is human again? Curious. Distinct possibility. And I think Q's going to make him human again regardless. But yeah, if they could retcon out season 1 of Picard, I would be totally happy with that. Time between Enterprise C and D is 19 years. Okay, that doesn't sound quite right, but okay. John says, I would like Ian McKellen as a future season of Star Trek Picard. That would be kind of neat to see, actually. Misha, his new character, B6, B5 was already taken. The Ronin, the Psy got a genuine laugh out of me. Hold on just one second, guys. I just got to do something real quick here. Turn that down. Come on. Come on. There you go. All right, there we go. Okay. Sorry, had to adjust something. Joseph says, hey, Captain, thank you for helping me stay calm the other day. Your friendship helped keep me calm during a cardiac episode, so my next payday I'm going to donate $20 to Trey. Don't worry about it, man. You take your money, keep that shit, take care of yourself. Colin Barrett, I was born about 200 years too late. My ancestors were Norman barons and lords. Mix of good and bad people in there, but they were very successful until the 1840s. Nice. Terry says, Ambassador class for the win. That's still my favorite of mine to fly an STO. Yes. Eric says in Star Trek canon, when did World War III start? I think 2024 actually, which is when this where they go back to. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't, honestly don't know. Squadron Course, don't be so hard on yourself. I know a lot about Trek, and sometimes I think I've forgotten more than I can remember. Misha, I fucking love the 1701C. In fact, that was the very first Star Trek model I ever bought. Cool. I used to hate the Ambassador class. I used to hate the Enterprise C, and then I got the model, and I built the model kit. And after holding it in my hands, I absolutely love it. It is a cool design. World War III was in the 1990s. Now, that was the Eugenics Wars in 1996. 2024 is the year of the Bell riots that were mentioned in DS9, so I wonder if they will or won't acknowledge that. Was that 2024? Okay. So yeah, that's what I was thinking of, not the beginning of World War II or World War III. And yeah, the Eugenics Wars could be considered a world war, but they weren't the official world war, as far as I remember. Like again, I don't know. You guys are catching me. I haven't done much research in that era for a while, so. Someone was in the Fleet Museum, so no urgency to put another Enterprise into service. Pumpkin Spice, Annika Hansen is a plot hole, as the Borg would have invaded in the 2340s after assimilating the Raven and her parents. Misha says, let's be honest, Connies were death traps. Well, Joe Barbado, I like Probert's Enterprise C. It melds the Enterprise in B and D better. It's okay. It looks good from some angles. Other angles, I don't like it. I'm just not a fan. I think the Enterprise C works, or the Ambassador class works a lot better. But yeah, I can see why people like it and why people say that. I just disagree. Marley, the Enterprise C was amazing to see it for the first time. Much love for the Probert C as well. Terry says, correct, lore, Cap, Enterprise refit is a flagship. That's why we have the Delta. Yes, I know. I was there. The Ronin, I don't find it as much of a plot hole. Why would the Borg be in a rush? I don't know what you mean by the Borg being in a rush, but Star Trek, Captain John Tuesday Harriman is not flagship material. Well, you don't know that. He was having an off day. You don't know what he did before that. Maybe it was nepotism or something. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe he doesn't deserve it, but the Ronin, and given we learned Starfleet had hints of Borg, hence the Borg existed from a few sources already, it actually makes a lot of sense people would be curious about them. Pumpkin Spice, the Probert Enterprise C is the canon one. Why? Because it's on the wall in the Enterprise's briefing room. Even that's a different design than Probert's, the final version that he wanted to go with. So no, none of them are. So, not a bad account, $5. Could Picard Season 2 plot in 2024 have to do with the USS elections? Sir Patrick Stewart said politics in inspiration. Don't care about politics. They said that same thing about Season 1 about being about Brexit. Didn't see any of those correlations. It's a distinct possibility, but I really don't give a fuck. So, good tea, nice house. Will they be wearing masks in 20? I don't fucking know. Good old gamer, unless those chicks are Troy. Laughable Larry. Maybe the reason all the ships look the same in Picard in Season 1 is because they're still rebuilding from the Dominion War. They just mass-produce one style of ship. Yes, that's a stupid idea. Yes, that's a stupid idea. I do agree. What the fuck is this shit? I hate when this thing fucking does that. You have it set on a playlist to repeat, and then randomly it'll just like pop up another fucking video and go sideways for some reason. Like, stop it. Tim McCaffrey, yeah, Captain Garrett said 22 years since Miranda 3. There you go. Dynamic Thrills. Sean Cherengel's Warship Enterprise D painting looks quite fascinating. Not sure how I'm feeling about the deflector dish on the starboard. On the star drive being replaced with what looks like a giant hangar deck. We'll have to see. We need to take a look at that. Hopefully we see the ship in action. I doubt we will, but Richard says, in my headcanon, every Soong after Eric was just a clone. We know he had the skills and knowledge to do this. This is why they look and act identical and stick to the same goals. Yeah, I would buy that. I would absolutely buy that. Fleet Pass says, I hope not. At a bandit camp. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. The Ronin Weekend Framework out lots of reasons why the fleet was copy and paste. And had we seen some familiar ships earlier in the season, that would have made more sense. Yes, just one or two ships in the distance is all you need, or just like one ship. It's not that fucking hard. But no, season one they were like, "This is our Star Trek. We want to fucking piss on everything because this is ours. Look at, we're not going to use anything from before. Fuck you guys." Same bullshit with Discovery. Fucking irritating. Sorry for the language, but it's true. The other one should be retconned as the Diplomat class, built about 10 years before the Probert one, but never an Enterprise. I'd be down with that. Robert says, if an admiral transfers their flag command to any ship, it becomes a flagship. Otherwise, Starfleet needs to make up new turn. Okay, whatever. Eric Martin, I wonder if in 2024, if people will be getting their 16th booster. Matt says, now we need to see David Cronenberg and Picard in 2024. Cameo, no explanation. That'd be great. The Darth Eddy. The actual nuclear exchange happens in 2053, but a prolonged World War III with Colonel Green's armies fighting conventional battles may have begun as early as 2026. Okay, so it is soon-ish. Yes. Okay, good. Colin Barrett, in First Contact, Riker said 2063 was about 20 years after World War III. Okay. Douglas Hamner, Star Trek Picard fleet is what happens when you accidentally hit an additional 0 in the copy quantity on the Starship printer. Tim McCaffrey, Memory Office says World War III, 2026 to 2053. Okay. John Bravo says, I wish they would do a story about this XCV-330 Enterprise. That's that bitch over there, the ring ship. In Starfleet, according to Riker and All Good Things, an admiral can choose his or her own ship. I assume their ship becomes their flagship. I guess. World War III day, yeah. Is it possible the young kid is Zephyr Cochrane? Yes, anything's possible. And yes, it might be the case. Daniel says, 2024, are we seeing a young Zephyr Cochrane, a boy who is getting a mind meld? Could possibly be. Not a band account, $5. Why isn't Earth devastated by the eugenics wars and the post-atomic horrors in Picard 2024? Because that was all kept on the down low. If you read the eugenics wars books, you'd understand how things played out, and it wasn't in everybody's face. It wasn't in everybody's news feed. It was just a thing that was going on over there. Big incidents were basically glazed over as something else that had happened, and it didn't affect anything on the North American continent. So, Misha, $5. Question: how is Eagle Moss handling the Natasha cells on the Disco 1031A? They have plastic little clips that clip on, and then you stick the nacelle to it. And actually, if the clips are a cool design. Actually, they look like shit on the ship because, of course, they do. Anything kind of clear plastic doesn't really work. But if you painted them the same color as the hull, it would look really cool, like a really beefy big nacelle that could like pivot like the Intrepids. That would be kind of cool. But no, they're kind of hideous. Andrew Dent, I just joined. Any discussion on possible DS9 connections? Not yet. In the first teaser, there is the one tablet of the Prophet or whatever, which who knows how that's going to tie in, but that could be a big thing. Kit 10K, the Ambassador class isn't a favorite class of mine, but I always picture the Enterprise C as the flagship of the Federation for her time. Yes, I do too. Colin Barrett, LOL, there is a brilliant scene in the director's cut of Wrath of Khan where Kirk tells a cadet that he gets a ribbon at the Officers Club for the Enterprise being a flying death trap. Yep, I've heard of that. I don't think I've seen it, but I've heard of it. How old was Data when he died? I don't know. Somebody tell me when Data was activated, and I think he was like in his 40s. I don't know. 139 people watching and 84 likes. Can we get to 130 likes? Yes, hit that like button, guys. 134 people watching, 87 likes right now. Let's get to at least 100, but I'm going to aim for 120. But try to get to 100 at least. The real captain was arriving Tuesday. John Harriman just had the worst maiden voyage in history. Beta Canon says he had a good run in the end. Yes. The Enterprise B on the Enterprise D observation lounge wall was also different from the screen version and had traditional Excelsior class design with smooth hull lines and no extra projections. Yes, that's what we were. Oh, yes, it did. It was different. It's in one of the books that I have in the other room. Yeah, it's quite different. But those, that being said, those aren't 100% accurate. The ones that are in gold on the wall, they seem like artists' interpretations of what the ships look like. Kind of artistic license being taken, which I think is how a lot of people describe it. Why there's the inconsistencies. But yeah, I hear you. Robert Williams says, I thought in TOS they said World War III was in the 90s. Guess I was wrong. Yeah, you were. The eugenics wars were in the 90s. 1996 is when they ended, I believe. But yeah, Spock says one of your world wars or Earth wars or something like that in that episode. So that had to be retcon later when they did the future stuff. So take it for what it is. But yes. Terry says, I always believe that Starfleet replaced Harriman as Enterprise B afterwards. Probably would have different captains in its lifetime. Robert Rose Jr., Captain Foley, hello. You should be on Salty Trekkers Jeopardy sometime. I have been once. I beat everybody whenever I'm on those ones. Even Vile Mikes, whenever I go on, I always win, so there's no sense me going on. So, is there any information on the Curiosity class? The Inquiry class? Eagle Moss has some information on it, but yeah. The Enterprise B's weapons come on Tuesday. Casual Trekker, $5. Could the Federation use the Borg tech to advance their ships and conquer parts of the galaxy seen now they have the Queen captive? Distinct possibility. I kind of doubt that, but sure. Interesting idea. Turd says, when you Google the Probert design, the artwork looks awesome. Eagle Moss did not really get the design right. I would like to see both designs. Call it something else. Terry West, I've always taken the difference between the art pieces in the Enterprise D conference room for real ships as artistic license. Yes, absolutely. I just said that. Turd Ferguson, it would have been way better if Frakes showed up in a Dreadnought Galaxy class in season 1 of Picard. I mean, kind of, yeah, but it wouldn't have been the Enterprise, so it's one of the reasons that he took that ship was because it was the Enterprise. But no, you. Nah, pretty sure this 2024 is still intended to be Treks. I doubt there will be any COVID reference. No, there won't be. Ooh, I wonder if we'll see mention of Colonel Green. I would love that. That'd be fucking such a great little... That would be great. Yeah. Jonathan, trailers are supposed to excite people, but I just watched the trailer and I feel less excited about Picard. First couple seconds, I was like, oh, those Star Wars lasers coming from Star Trek. Oh, for fuck. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I was super hyped about it. So way to come in and rain on our parade. Awesome job. Yeah, a few people have pointed out that they didn't look like phasers. They are more advanced phasers from what we've seen in TNG, so they could just be a new form of phaser. But, you know, at least they're coming from Nova-class ships, or at least they're Nova-class ships, a Steamrunner class, and actual Canon ships this time. So cheers to that. Valkyrie 417, $5. Spicy Captain tonight, LOL. I saw on Twitter the guy that designed the Titan helped design the new D, and they actually did an oil painting of it. Yes, that would be Sean Turinjo. He's a good friend of the channel, and glad he got to design that. That is awesome. But yes, the oil painting was done by someone else, but yeah, he helped design that. So cheers to him. The Ronin, $5. In reference to the XCV 330, that's that bitch here. Yeah. The ring ship. Right there. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Oh, I need to take a drink for that. Much more upbeat tonight than I was last night, so it's a good thing. I had to open another beer, because I'm out of beer now. So, all right. Yeah, Picard probably asked for his favorite versions of each ship and its class. Maybe the 1701B was refitted to a regular Excelsior class sometimes after Kirk was believed lost. Doubtful. The reason it was different in Generations is just because they didn't want to just use an Excelsior, so they needed to add some shit to it. So they had John Eves do that, and yeah. Area 51. Yeah, World War III wouldn't have taken that long with a probable nuclear exchange. It'd be short and brutal. But they didn't want to use the nukes, that's the problem. So there was a lot of like ground assaults and stalemates, and World War can mean a lot of things. It could just mean tension in different areas for quite a while, little border skirmishes here and there, but it ended with the nukes in, I believe, 2053 or whatever the hell the number was. But that's what ended it, and it killed like how many millions of people? I can't remember the total lost. 60 million people or something like that. But anyway, yeah. So, Kit 10K, almost forgot to mention, if the Enterprise in the TOS era wasn't the flagship, then I can see the USS Foley and the CC 2174 as Starfleet. Ooh, you're sucking up to me. Good man. I don't think so, but thank you. This Jericho World War III would be just around the corner. Yeah. I haven't heard of any rumors of Cisco, but Cisco showing up at the end season teaser would be amazing. It would be, but Avery Brooks isn't coming back, guys. Don't hold your breath. It would be cool to see Jake Sisko. He's still a Trek. Yeah, Jake Sisko would be good. I doubt Cisco would be in it. Avery Brooks is done with Star Trek. Yes. Star Trek says Voyager went back during the time Khan ruled. Everyone was fine, just fine. Yeah, but that was in fucking California. Nothing happened in North America during the Eugenics Wars. It was all over in the Middle East. So, yeah. The Ronin, Cisco would be fucking angry. Picard, what have you done here? Darth Eddy, 43. He was activated for the first time in... Data was 43. Activated for the first time in 2335, but then deactivated for another year before Starfleet Rescue Team reactivated him in 2336. Robert Williams, that's a good Trek book to dig into. What's a good Trek book to dig into? I haven't watched anything but TOS animated. Oh shit, there's so many. Guys, throw them some book ideas. Misha, and the eugenics books had a shape-shifting Catwoman too. Ooh, from Gary 7. David says Data 39. He was 26 in season 1, and Picard said he was waiting 15 years to tell him to shut up. Matt Deckard, hopefully we get the white floating time travel heads again. Dynamic Thrills, how did we manage to go from a USS cut and paste fleet, Riker's fleet, getting scrapped together by John Eves mere weeks before air date of season finale to getting 2 Novas and a steamer in season 2? Because people like Trekyards fucking complain that there should be canon ships. Older fleets exist. They were fucking still using Excelsiors 100 years after the fact in TNG. So for fuck's sakes, there should be other ships and not all one ship. That's why they listen to the fans. They pulled in people that know Star Trek, like just Doug Drexler and a few others, to actually work on season 2 and make it something that we want. So that's what they did. They listened to the fans. That's why. Data's aging program had some city miles on that android skin. Not aging well for a 40-year-old android. Kind of a disappointment that all Starfleet stuff we see in season 2 will be mostly an alternate timeline. I was hoping to see more Starfleet from season 1. Well, season 1 was a fucking mistake, so they need to fix it. So don't show us any more of that shit. Fix it, and then explain why it looked like shit in season 1. Wonder if Picard will say this is an extremely paranoid and primitive culture. Eagle Moss should sell any empty boxes with a stand and plastic clip and call it an invisible alien ship from Let That Be Your Last Battlefield, but still charge $30 for it. LOL. The Darth Eddy. Data says in Generations he has been attempting to become more human for 34 years, which tracks almost precisely to the rescue team finding him and turning him back on. How does changing the timeline affect the other universes that interacted with the Prime timeline? If you change the Prime timeline, does the entire Kelvin cease to exist? I mean, here's hoping, but probably not. No. They look like phaser beams to me. They just fire faster. Yeah, okay. I wonder if we'll get a Gabriel Bell reference and a picture of Avery Brooks as Cisco. Yeah. The phasers in season 2 trailer remind me of the mega phasers from Wrath of Khan. Not a huge fan of the pew 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 sounds. It's nice to see them shoot sort of beam style. All phasers are capable of pulse and the stream, so it is what it is. It's for different settings. They were chasing the Lost Arena, so I don't know. It just could be a setting. Who knows? Who cares? Doug Dresser is working on seasons 2 and 3. I wonder if his influence will be obvious. I'll answer that now. Yes. I read a tactical analysis once that depending on how serious are the events that triggers World War III, it could be over in 45 minutes. Well, yes, if nukes are launched, absolutely. But I thought they added stuff to the Excelsior for the explosion shot wouldn't damage the model, but the addition damaged it anyway. When they added the parts to the Enterprise B in Generations, they added things that they could add on to it with the plan to be able to remove it to not damage the model. Yes, like such as the boat section at the front of the secondary hull. However, the glue they used to attach it did in fact end up damaging the original model, so they fucked up. But yeah, that's why there were no drastic changes to the design, just additions and flare-outs of the Excelsior instead of like cutting into the hull or changing any shapes massively. They just added to it. So Drexler's influences everywhere. The appearance of proper L cards is a huge calling card, and it's a refreshing sight to see. Yes. Since they're going back to San Francisco 2024, they should mention the Bell riots from DS9. Yes. I'm watching this at about 12 or 13 seconds. You see a star and the ship going to warp. Picard is doing a slingshot around the sun. Yes, we know this. 600 million died during the nuke event. There you go. Thank you, Fleetpaw. Star Trek. New Trek has phaser issues. They're too tiny and pew pew small. They have no weight to them, like in Wrath of Khan or TNG. Mike Okuda is on the L-Cars, guys. He's working on season 3. Yes, Mike Okuda was brought in with Doug Drexler. The Darth Eddy. World War III's early years must not have been too terrible if NASA and international space agencies were launching ambitious manned missions like the Ares 4 to Mars and Cherubilis, whatever, in 2037. Yes, like I said, it didn't really influence anything over here in North America. A lot of it was hidden politically. A lot of people around the planet didn't even know what was going on. Major players in the political arena knew what was going on, but like I said, major events, major wars, major explosions, major attacks, anything that happened over there were covered up or made to be something else, so as not to alert the general population. And so no, life on North America just continued as normal during the eugenics wars. World War today would start a very large... I don't care. I hadn't considered that nukes would be used later in World War III. Maybe I'm trigger happy. I know a good Trek book you could dig into at least. I hope it's good. Ooh, yes, Squadron Course, yes. I wasn't asking for me. I was asking for whoever asked. And there's a lot of good books to get into, but I just... Yeah. I believe they are kind of goofed with all the modifications to the Excelsior model. They weren't meant to be permanent, but then, well, they were. LOL. I believe the model currently has all those. Yeah, because the glue they used was the wrong kind. It had nothing with you people complaining. It was all budget and last minute decisions. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it was. You people. Nothing about you people complaining. Duh, duh, duh. All right, no you. We would have had nuclear war today. It'd be digital and biological. Wouldn't be surprised if COVID's... it's not a test run. Jesus fucking Christ. All that carries from season 1 is that Picard sometimes has a dog and sometimes has 2 Romulans, and that's all I'm going to say. You always got to be fucking pushing buttons, don't you, Matt? Just relax. Let's see. Still around. Try to get ahead on the chat here. No, you says the Enterprise E fired pulses in Nemesis trying to hit the Scimitar. Yes. The phasers are adjustable. You can use them as you need them. Lower power settings, you can. I mean, Defiant even had fucking pulse phasers, which were but they were like powerful ones. So yes, you can adjust phaser settings. So I don't see the problem with different settings. What class of ship do you want to see most appear in season 2 that wasn't in the preview? Yeah, like see a Constitution class refit. I mean, everyone wants to see a refit, but anything, Ambassador class, Sovereign class, would be great. Galaxy Class model was so top heavy it would mount it upside down to film. Yeah, a lot of models were actually, because most of the shots were like flybys of the camera like that. So to get the camera underneath the model instead of mounting it up high, they just put it upside down. What have you been told about the season of Picard? Can you tell us anything? It's going to be a lot better. It's going to be more what we anticipated for season 1, and it's what we deserve. That's what I've heard. And I know a few people working on it that I really shouldn't say names of right now. So, Dynamic Thrills. Captain Foley, thanks for everything you and the team do. Looking forward to a new video. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Dynamic Thrills. You too. Star Trek. Imagine separating the saucer and trying to look intimidating and badass. Meanwhile, your enemies are dying laughing as you look silly headless spaceship. Hell, the USA conducted the Apollo program during the Vietnam War, and Russia launched Mir while bitterly fighting in Afghanistan. Yes, thank you, Misha. Joseph, Cap, I went to McDonald's today, asked for a double cheeseburger dressed like a Mac. Lady had no clue what I was talking about, but said I can get a double cheeseburger with Mac sauce, and that's it. Well, she's an idiot. She must have been new. I would try again. Dude. No, okay, in that case, you asked for a double cheeseburger with only Mac sauce and lettuce and onions. That's pretty much it. She must have been new because she's an idiot. So, it was delicious though. Good. Excelsior class is almost what Ford does with the F-150 truck series. Remember guys, the Defiant has pulse phasers, so maybe the new phaser you see are derivatives of that. I get the real, and Matt's, not you, Matt. Matt Boardman, you weren't pushing buttons. Matt Deckard was. Not you, Matt. There's two Matts. Not Matt Boardman. Matt Deckard always pushes buttons. Turd says, I get the real world reason why Guinan is old. That's really fucking rude. Turd, but whatever. Not going to read the rest of that. Let's see. The phaser fire in the commercial was perfect. It looked like short bursts. Amen. In Elite Force 2 video game, Enterprise E had pulse cannon turrets. The Darth Eddy, Discovery's Type 2 hand phasers looked almost perfect for her time frame, but the creators always insist on using bolts and pulses instead of solid beams. That made a great design not look right. Devo 77X and TOS the Enterprise used a stun setting. Terry says Defiant class had pulse phasers and I believe 2 normal phaser arrays, 1 dorsal and 1 ventral. Sounds about right. Urz says, hey Captain, now that was an awesome trailer of Picard Season 2. The folks, them pulse phasers were also used in TOS. My only guiding question is why Q seemed intimidated by her when they met. Yeah, I'd like to know that more about that story too, with her whole I like the first plasma pistols or whatever that were in NX. Had in the pilot. I wish they'd kept them longer. The Darth Eddy, the first Enterprise sidearm pistol was the EM-33 electromagnetic pulse pistol. Ooh, such a fancy name. Star Trek says, don't mind the pulse phasers. I just mind the new ones have no girth to them. They look like little laser pointers. It could be early visual effects as well. It may not be finished necessarily, so there's also that. But I didn't notice that at all, and I watched the trailer like 3 times. So I love how everybody's pointing this out and bitching and crying and complaining about it, and I didn't even consider it a thing to be complained about. So I'll need to go back and look at that now and see what you guys are talking about, because I just didn't see that. The new phasers look to me to be the same beam phasers that are used to just faster firing. Squadron Course said, I thought Guinan looked fine in the trailer. Jonathan says the trailer was a real mashup of things going by fast. I probably would have liked it better if there were less but longer clips. I miss the 90s style trailers. Yeah, I do too. Decker, I was flying little ships and too much bigger ships. That would be something to see. YQ is afraid of Guinan. Yes, I want to see that. Yeah, Balance of Terror, there were sort of pulse phasers. I think Guinan and Q once dated. maybe she took half his shit. That's, yeah. The Excelsior Enterprise should have been used for Star Trek 4 for the whales. Kirk and crew steals the second one. Balance of Terror seemed to have something like pulse phasers. Yep. Those weren't pulse phasers. They were looking for the ship, so they're just firing test shots. Same what they did in Nemesis, where they were looking for the cloaked ships, where they're they weren't dedicating a beam with wasted energy. The Enterprise D and the painting had girthy phaser beams, I guess. Squadron Course, I have a headcanon explanation for why Q is afraid of Guinan, but I'm using it for my book too, so I can't discuss it yet. There you go. Kit 10K, not knowing how old Guinan truly is makes me wonder, could she be nearing the end of her lifespan at this stage of Star Trek? I myself hope not. It could definitely be the case. Yeah. Joseph Barbato, maybe the fact that the phasers look skinny is because they might be refined and power tech evolved. You think? Maybe? That's what Picard have a new access code. I wonder if Travis Scott will be in season 3 of Picard. Who the fuck is Travis Scott? No idea who that is. Turd says, I feel the phaser fire system seemed weaker. They probably are trying to not kill Picard, sort of like the Klingon who blew up the Grissom. Whoops. Yeah, it's kind of my thought too, actually. Just saw the trailer where with shins on. Presume Guinan? What? Star Trek, remember in the motion picture when it was dangerous to warp into the solar system and then Kirk is all warp speed in Earth's atmosphere and the ship full of whales? It wasn't dangerous because of traffic. It was dangerous because of all the shit that was going on in the solar system. When they're leaving with a Klingon ship full of whales, they're in what, 1985, 86, whatever the fucking year was. There's no other ships in the solar system. You have the positions of all the planets. You have a deflector array, so you don't have to worry about hitting anything. So you just fucking hit warp. The reason that you don't warp inside Earth's solar system is because Earth is a pretty busy place, being head of the Federation and all. There's star bases, there's ships floating around, there's space yards, shipbuilding facilities. Who the fuck knows what's in our solar system at that point? There's a lot of traffic going on. So for safety reasons, don't go to warp inside the solar system. You still can if you need to, but for safety reasons, don't. Colin Barrett, LOL, I would guess they throw loads into the trailers as they know people like us will go through them frame by frame. I would imagine so, yeah. Painting the 2 beams coming out of the ventral saucer phaser array on that galaxy. Yes. TMM says, I presume Guinan can sense that she's in an ultra timeline like she could in yesterday's Enterprise. Yes, that's the implication from the line of dialogue about Picard saying, I know who to ask about a time issue or whatever. Mark says, just woke up. I got to go to work. Glad to catch you first, Captain. Good to see you, Mark. Enjoy your day at work. Hope it's a good one. Star Trek. I do love fat phaser beams. It makes them look strong. Packwood strong. The phasers on Seven's Fenris Ranger attack ship in Picard were really powerful, if I remember it correctly, and fired either red or green. Devo says, just saw the trailer myself. Very interesting. Someone needs to make a Pack with Strong t-shirt. Yeah, that's a good idea. Can a Burrell cargo hold really contain 2 adult humpbacks? No. Folks in every TOS episode at the end always went to warp. Folks in every TOS episode at the end, they always went to warp. Yeah, they got to warp a lot in solar systems. But Earth is so busy. It's just for regulation. That's all it is. Notice the Lost Serena is no longer red. Well, that's because it's probably an alternate version of the ship. It's probably after Q's done whatever, and because on the chair they've got the symbol, and the interior displays are different, so it's a different ship, essentially. Same ship, but different color. Good tea, nice house. There was a clip of a lady playing with a boy. Is that Picard's Auntie Adele? Or Aunt Adele? Maybe. Fry Minis, do you think Picard is going to have romance? He needs to get some poutine. You mean poontang? Same with, you make your ship go fast. We are strong. Enterprise was the only ship in range. Geez, what a shock. Jonathan, I'm wondering whether Seven of Eyes project is gone because of the change in the timeline, or a cover-up because they went back in time. The first trailer seemed to imply that it was from a time change. I think it's going to be from the time change. It's going to be a Q-snap thing. Darth Maul, remember when phaser ship fire effects were $30,000 to do? LOL, we're debating what phaser fire should look like from what vessel. Modern effects are beautiful. Brian Drinkwater, in Balance of Terror, they are using concussion phaser blasts with similar effects, depth charges, as the episode was written as a submarine story. Yes, thank you. Gauging where the ship was. Matt Deckard, our solar system appears to be empty when someone calls for help. This is also true. Although, do you want a work bee going to help them, or, a tug? But you're right. You're right. Brian Drinkwater, they hadn't yet evolved the photon torpedoes when this episode was made. They hadn't yet invented the photon torpedoes when this episode was made. Oh, Balance of Terror. Cryptic Coffee, I am new here. Why is criticism so taboo? Are we not allowed to disagree with the host? You can disagree with me all you like. Say whatever you want, Cryptic. David Barach, Sector 001 obviously had speed limits because you're limited 1/4 impulse in space dock. The Darth Eddy, to be fair though, most of the solar systems the TOS Enterprise visited were less advanced than Earth and didn't have tons of space stations and other ships in the way of warp jumping. Yes. I guess Cryptic Coffee buggered off after he didn't think he could argue and get into a fight here by the looks of it. But we're more than welcome to say whatever you want, and if I disagree with you, I disagree with you, and I'll tell you why I disagree with you. But a lot of times I validate people's opinions, and then I say that I don't agree with it. It's fine. Anyway, whatever. I don't know how good warp fields are for planetary atmospheres. They are literally in the clouds warping. Well, you're not in the fucking atmosphere when you warp. You got to get outside the planets. Oh my god. Anyway, moving on. Basically, Soul System has a speed limit like a school zone. Yes. I think he means fries topped with cheese curds and gravy. Well, he does need some poutine, but I don't know what that has to do with romance. A poutine, if you want to say it like the French. Colin Barrett, the La Serena got pretty beat up at the end of last season. It may well have had a refit. Maybe. 117 viewers, 102 likes. Guys, hit that like button if you're able to. I'd really appreciate it. Fries topped with diabetes. Squadron Course. Maybe it's safer to warp out near the planet, but not safe to warp in near a planet. I think it would still happen. Maybe they allow high priority arrivals near a planet. Maybe. Pumpkin Spice would have been cool to debut the Phaser Lance and upgraded Galaxy class, Sans third nacelle in yesterday's Enterprise, and in the regular timeline after Best of Both Worlds. Devo77X. First, they are in the wrong timeline, and then they have to go back and change it. Basically, Back to the Future 2. Do you think Picard Season 2 will deal with the temporal war? No. PIJO2. I have waited my whole life to finally see Canon ships with 2022 CGI. Hopefully, they actually light them so we can see them. Looking at you, Discovery. Yeah, amen. Matt Berman said, disagreeing is fine, but when you can't express your thoughts in a civil way, that's when the line is drawn. Are they going to use Picard Season 2 to retcon stuff in Season 1? Hopefully, yes. Cryptic Coffee feels like a sock puppet. Wow. Shit. You can also get the host to do embarrassing things. Just get him liquefied up first. Yeah, or super chat. I'll say whatever you want when you super chat because I read them, so. Good tea, nice house. There is a Tesla floating around the solar system. Warp with caution. Yes, that's true. That is true. It's a hazard now. It looks like Allison Pill gets turned into a Borg, and the chick in the red dress in present day is her Borgified. Guess no redemption arc for murderist. Oh, well. I hate the character. She needs to go to prison for what she did, so whatever. One thing I do like about the Nova and Steamrunner class ships in this trailer are that they're the same as before, just shinier and more metallic. JJ told me you can warp from underwater. No, you can't. He didn't even do that. Kai says, what if the Borg Queen has Picard by the neck right before she's about to kill him, and then Travis Scott's music kicks in, and we all see a burst of silver light, and Goku obliterate. I don't know what the fuck any of that means. Trek or not, the only man mad enough with the appropriate tash to drop a ship out of hyperspace and atmosphere was Adama. Ooh. Wilfred Brimley is bringing us our Beatus Blast. The diabetes. Good old gamer. The only issue with time travel is we established time cops that should be taking care of it, whether it's who Daniels worked for, that group from Voyager. Yes, but that's in the prime timeline. Clearly, Picard's not the fucking prime timeline, first of all, because of all the bullshit from Season 1. Clearly, Discovery's not the prime timeline either. So maybe they don't exist in the prime timeline. Maybe they can't get reads on different continuities or different timelines or different realities, and they're just strictly in the prime timeline, the Time Police. I'd be fine with that. Matt Deckard, I'm hoping to get more Turbolift World and Strange New Worlds. Northwest Rail fan, wasn't one of the DS9 temporal agent actors in the first trailer? Yes, he was, but it doesn't mean it's going to be the same character. It would be cool if it was, but yes, you're right. Kit 10K, $10. Haven't seen you drink in a few. So as the AC/DC song goes, have a drink on me. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this one's like practically full. Where's Cryptic Coffee? I want to hear what he has to say. Mr. Velcro, hate to say it, but disappointed by the trailer. At this point, it's basically unrecognizable as Star Trek with the exception of familiar faces involved. Well, you didn't see the same trailer I did, because I would have said the same thing about Picard Season 1, but this trailer, I don't know, we got Canon ships, we got a lot in this that, well, I can see why you maybe feel this doesn't feel like Star Trek, because it's taking place in modern day, pretty much, 2024, but damn. Sorry you feel that way. Wonder if Picard is out to break Kirk and Janeway's record for temporal incursions. Will we see some weird CGI heads when they slingshot time travel sequence in Picard? Who knows? Squadron Course, you should watch some of Samuel's effects work. He spends a lot of time rendering Canon ships with 2022 tech. Darth Maul says, let's hope this season is well written and faithful to Trek lore while doing it. Make Trek great again. Misha, hey, I didn't notice that disco ships weren't... Well, he didn't. Misha didn't, I guarantee you. And the Klingons in Star Trek V will destroy the Tesla and not that satellite they fired on. Fleet Pass Swiftback, $2. No Turbolift roller coasters, Matt Deckard. Bad. Yes. Hashtag Planet Turbolift. The Darth Eddy, 7 driving a modern car around 2020 San Francisco has the potential to be very funny. Does it though? It's really low-hanging fruit in my opinion. Brian Drinkwater. Hey, Brian, go drink some water. Clearly, Picard is not prime timeline. Amen, brother. Devo 77X. Discovery is what happened after the Temporal Cold War. General Grievous $2. I love dipping fries in fudge sundaes. Captain Stewart. I mean, I don't, but I had to read that. So, see, you can make them say anything. The Adama maneuver was awesome idea and really well visualized for a TV show. Hope it will be better than season 2. Rest in peace, Meatloaf. Yeah. Colin Barrett, I still reckon the DMA is in Discovery is the prime timeline trying to make contact. Ooh, that'd be cool. Turd says, so maybe I missed you talk about this. Are those Vulcans or Romulans melding that kid? Is that Cochrane or the Vulcan dude who stayed behind? A la Rise of Khan Nooney and Singh books. Did sort of talk about it. I kind of got the thought it might be a Romulan as well. I kind of doubt that, though. Also talked about the possibility of it tying in with the Carbon Creek episode of Enterprise. Could be Cochrane for sure, and I don't know. I didn't read all of the Khan Nooney and Singh books, so I don't know which Vulcan you're talking about necessarily, but it could be. Although I kind of doubt that, to tie in Beta Canon like that, but Mr. Captain 93, so does this mean that we are in an alternate timeline and there's a chance of things getting reset? That's the hope, yes. Matt Deckard puts in $2, a swig of Beam Me Up Huddy. A swig to Beam Me Up Huddy. Amen. A fine Facebook group, if ever I've made one. Kashink, hope it would be better than season 1, as do we all. So say we all. Matt Deckard, Q has sent them back to stop the army of the 12 Monkeys. Jonathan, the part of the trailer where the console explodes looks like it has the Elcars in the next room. I feel like a little more excited again. Yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot more correct Elcars, which is great. Blit, thinking something else screws up timeline and Q trying to help Picard fix it. More Q style. Q's interests in you have always been similar to a master and his beloved pet. Yeah, but Q also says let's explore the road that not traveled. So it's an alternate timeline thing for sure. Kai, if Picard unlocks his true power and fuses with Grogu in the ultimate Federation fusion, I will lose my mind and die. Happy Trek. Squadron Chorus, wasn't the satellite the Klingons destroyed in Star Trek 4 supposed to be Voyager 2? Yes. The Darth Eddy, I guess if we were to consider Star Trek continues official, then that would mean the Discovery exists since there's a model of her in the series finale, but history flowed differently and yeah. It's fine as an experimental ship, sure. Misha, $10. Peanut wants to remind you she is not named after Peanut Hamper. Well, thank God, because I cannot stand Peanut Hamper, but love you, Peanut. The Darth Eddy, she was never classified, and perhaps Spore hub drive tech never officially existed. Yes. I know this is off topic, but would be cool that the legend of the founding of the Romulans was in fact a Romulan that got stuck in Earth's past. Founding of Rom. Huh? Ugh, my eyes are sore. Colin says it would also be that the Vulcans arrived early, mind-melded with the kid, were horrified by what they saw, and left never to return. Possibly. Mr. Captain 93, think we will meet the original Gabriel Bell. I hope not. General Grievous, $2. I hope they bring Ichab back. He deserved better. Amen. But they won't. Kit 10K. I'm rewatching TNG on Netflix and remember that Patrick Stewart had some of the greatest speeches ever in it. I'd like to see them be able to recreate that in season 2 somehow, some way. Yeah. Hashtag justice for Ichab, yes. Northwest Rail fan, just looked at the exploding console scene again. Looks like a bridge since there is a plaque by the door. Cool. Q might have an evil doppelganger. but another universe, or from another universe that messes up the timelines. That is why he got Disco and JJ. Turd Ferguson. In the con books, they reference many characters. Gary Sevens, Sarah Silverman's character, was embittered because Gary did not save her dad on 9/11, and the Vulcan dude was known to Gary. Cool. What we need is less torture porn in Star Trek. That stuff with Icheb was over the top. Yes, justice for Icheb. The Ronin says, I may be in the minority, but fuck Icheb. I'm glad he died. Sarah Silverman needs to show up. Wow, Ronin. What the hell? Well, there you have it, guys. I'm caught up on the chat, so if you guys want to say anything else, now's a good time. But yeah, I thought the trailer was fantastic. There's a lot of good there. I can't wait to do the complete scene-by-scene breakdown because there's a lot of quick little cuts of things which we're going to get frame-by-frame shots of and talk about on Monday. So this should be a really good, interesting discussion. Seven did get justice for Icheb. She vaporized the woman who did it. Yes, Ronan, you were in the minority. Kai, what would happen if Q threw a baseball at warp speed and Picard caught it with in his palm? Wow. Ryan says, got a log. See you later. See you later. The Ronin, I have strong anti-Icheb feelings. Sorry. Okay. Joseph Barbato, thanks for another fun nightcap. No problem. Alpha Valeri, I personally like seeing the dark side of Trek. People die. It isn't always pretty. Same with the episode where Neelix's getting his lungs stolen. It's not always a pretty universe. Suck it up, bitches. Shame you have to wait for over a month till season 2. I did not mind Icheb being killed off, but I thought his death scene was a bit too graphic, says Colin. David puts in $5. We were speaking genetic lineage earlier. Maybe this is Q's kid that was conceived in Voyager. Q ball. A2 Grievous. Listen, Jericho, I just wish Picard got a different crew. The previous one is too tainted. 2024, so no eugenics war. It's after the eugenics wars. I wonder if the 21st century Soong ancestor was the key behind it all and doesn't go on to sire the lineage that leads to Eric Noonian and the UFO Federation planets and science history as we know it never existing. Don't forget, guys, that in Strange New World, there's a Lon Noonian Singh aboard the Enterprise. So, Matt Deckard, the trailer was totally what I was hoping season 1 would be. Hopefully it lays off. I agree, Matt. That's what we've been told, that season 2 is what we expected and what we deserved from season 1. Jonathan says, does the Romulan boy who is protecting Picard die in the trailer? The Romulan boy who is protecting Picard. Oh, Elnor? I don't know. Good old gamer. Icheb was barely a side character. Wash's death on Firefly Serenity movie was an injustice. Okay. Ronan, $2. 2 more. No hard feelings, Icheb. Thanks, Ronan. Honestly, I hated that Hugh died than Icheb, but really too many deaths in Picard, I'd say. Turd says, why is it always about Icheb? What about Naomi? Or the Borg kids? Yeah, Agnes needs to go. She needs to be locked up for killing Maddox. Yeah, she does. Bitch. Pops. I didn't see Dodge in the trailer. Is she going to be in season 2? I don't remember Picard season 1 very wellish. She's staying on the Soong world. I don't know. Where the fuck is Cryptic Coffee? I want to hear his fucking thoughts. He comes in here all like, well, you can't argue. What's with the, why there's no negativity in here? Dumbass. Fucking hate people like that. Wanting to start shit. We allow negativity. I'm negative about a lot of things, but we point out the good and the bad in things. Sorry, that's really sticking with me in my head that he was here like, well, you can't disagree with the host? Why can't you disagree with the host? I want to make things that make people mad. Yeah, fucking tool. Glad he's not here, but whatever. I wanted him to speak up. I wanted to see what he had to say. Colin Barrett, €2. There's money in my bank account. That's rare. Well, there's less of it now. Thanks. Best guest describes character. What Cusa? I have no guess at all. I don't want to even try. His character is lore. It's not lore. Listen, Jericho. What if God and Picard combine into like an Omni Picard and Battle Travis? Who the fuck is Travis Scott? I'm getting sick of hearing about that. The Eugenics Wars ended a generation before the Bowrides and are already ending when Voyager visited LA. Yes. No budget productions. Filk Ferret Productions puts in $2. Keep on geeking on. Thank you. Did you notice Glennon's bar was named 10? Yes, I did. Cryptic was just the one guy who left. Yeah, he didn't say anything. All I did was, what, you can't have the negative. What's with all the positivity in here? Why no negativity? You can't argue with the host? Bring it on, bitch. I dare ya. General Grievous, $2. Knowing Picard writers, they'll try to redeem Girardi. Oh, of course they will. Yes, of course they will. She didn't do it by choice. She was forced to do it. Whatever. We're fair and balanced here at Trekyards. Even if I have stupid ideas, we talk about them and take each other's perspective into account. Screw the haters, man. I know, it just pisses me off. I can only imagine what Fandom Menace thought. Oh, fuck. Could be lore. I don't buy this biological son bullcrap. Turd Ferguson, $2. Have a drink. Justice for Agnes. Girardi. Laughing my fucking ass off. Hashtag Justice for Girardi. Yeah, fuck you. Joke. It's so cold today that even the ATM showed minuses. Oh, that's funny. Peter Lukaku. Oh. Stop. $10. So now I'm wondering if season 1 Picard wasn't prime time. No, it fucking wasn't. Absolutely. You can tell. I can tell you that right now. And the producers filming seasons 2 and 3 back to back means they may reset to a prime timeline as a great conclusion to the series. Amen. I hope so. Yes. Hashtag Justice for Picard. Jesus. I do wonder if I'll hear slang from the Sanctuary District. Find out what caused the Bell riots. The Tide Pod Challenge generation went crazy after Instagram and TikTok went down for a day. Patrick is still here, apparently. Who gives a shit what the Fandom Menace thinks? No one. That's the point. John, you need to lay off on the hate of them, though, too. Like, you come in here all like, yeah, fuck you and your negative attitude. Fuck you, fuck you. Like, you gotta chill. Let them say their piece, and then you just counter it with intelligence. And then they don't know what to say, and then they cry and whine like a little bitch, and then you just block them. It's pretty simple. So just don't come in here firing all cannons of hate at them. Maybe if they go back in time, the unfortunate events of season 1 are erased. Hopefully. Kai says, what if me and Travis... Fuck off, I'm not going to read that. Misha at $5. Based on features like the bridge, windows, etc., what's your personal estimate on Discovery's real length? I don't fucking know. We've done videos talking about Discovery's length ad nauseum when it first came out. Where we do compare window sizes and we do talk about that kind of stuff because you can see right through the fucking view screen window. I don't know. Misha, I'm sorry. Now we need to tell people how the Kobayashi Maru wasn't real and the night will be complete. Oh, fuck off, SC Sky guys. I forgot about that. I'm excited to get more on the Borg Queen. I'm just not sure about seeing them diminished. Post-Voyager states something just seems wrong about them not being an unstoppable force of nature. It would be amazing if they reset to Prime at the end of Picard's season 3. Probably won't happen, but we can dream. If Lower Decks and Prodigy are any indication the Prime timeline is going to come back. Here's hoping. All we know, Jadzia was a hottie in 2024 fashion. Kai Wynn has entered our chat, apparently. If this season doesn't end with Q restoring Picard to a natural human body without his old heart condition and brain defect, I'll be disappointed. Best evidence that Picard season 1 isn't prime. No way did Data's real father actually have sexy time to create a bio son. Darth Maul, Peter Lukaku, I said something like that. You did after season 1 ended on a Trekyards stream or a Salty Trekker stream. And if they do it, it will be very surreal. Greetings, all too tired to stay but wanted to press like. Everyone have a nice weekend. Thank you very much, James. People always says Picard getting his real body back. Dude has transported things 100,000 times. All right, 126 likes. That's awesome, guys. I think I'm going to call it quits, though. I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm kind of winding down energy-wise. But I want to thank you guys. This has been a fun one. And fuck you, Cryptic Coffee, whoever the fuck you were. But anyway. Sorry, that was rude. Anyway, moving on. So tune in on Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our live review and breakdown of this trailer. We're going to break down scene by scene and just talk about everything. We're also going to do some comparison videos, some small breakdown videos on the ships that we see, any kind of tech, anything like that. So there's a lot coming next week based on this trailer alone. And yeah, hopefully you guys will tune in and check it out. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Except you, Cryptic Coffee, you can piss off. And by all means, I'll see you guys soon. I might do a live on the weekend. I don't know. I might do one on either Saturday or Sunday earlier in the afternoons so that other time zones can tune in. I've been doing that the last weekend and it was really popular. So that might be an option as well. But yeah, so I want to thank you guys. And Kit 10K, $10. Thanks for the great vid, Stuart, later. Thank you very much, Kit. Much appreciated for all the super chats. You really killed it. So thank you so much. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. Have yourselves a great night. And if I do go live on the weekend, hopefully you'll tune in and check it out. So anyway, until later, guys, I'm Captain Foley, signing off.